Hi guys, welcome to Classic Rural Comedy, Facts, Trivia. Thank you for being here. Today's video is on what happened on the last episode of the Beverly Hillbillies. And it's kind of weird because they didn't really get a finale. And I've mentioned this before in a different video that I really hate that when they don't give them a last show to kind of give closure. But this is what we got. Okay. When the show was canceled in 1971 after 9 seasons, the sitcom was still popular. However, the networks and advertisers had started to pay attention to demographics, and the Hillbillies audience wasn't as desirable. The network also canceled Green Acres, Mayberry RFD, and Hee Haw. As a result of the abrupt cancellation of Beverly Hillbillies cast and crew weren't able to film any kind of finish for the series, the sitcom ended with a rather typical installment. In the preceding episodes, Jethro learns that a homely childhood sweetheart, Luella Aiden, played by Hannah Aiden, is coming to town. He believes that she wants to marry him and goes into hiding. Unknown to him, she's now a knockout and is arriving to just get into show business. Miss Jane falls in love with a handsome bird watcher named Robert Audubon. Turns out that he's actually an out-of-work actor named Dick Bremerkamp. He's from Petticoat Junction's Mike Minor, who just using her to get her to Ellie Mae and her family's fortune. Well, Granny's thrilled when Robert starts wooing Ellie because he tells her that he's Robert A. Crockett, a descendant of Davy Crockett. Robert tells Mr. Drysdale that he's a member of a wealthy Getty family and that the banker immediately likes him as well. As the episode begins, Granny's jumping the gun and planning Ellie Mae's marriage to Robert. Jed's doing repairs to the mansion's foundation. They go inside the house for jackrabbit breakfast, and Jed leaves his bucket of mortar outside. Well, inside, Granny tells Jed that she's figured out a way to get Jethro to come out of hiding. She stopped leaving the bucket of victuals out in front, as she's been doing. They hear the car pull up, but it quickly pulls away. They go outside and realize the bucket of mortar is gone. And suspect Jethro will think it was a bucket of grits. At the bank, Ellie and Jane confront Drysdale over his treatment of Ellie's monkey. Greedy banker makes him carry a sandwich board out around town, advertising the bank. Ellie threatens to tell her Paul, so Drysdale makes the chimp the advertising manager of the bank. Back at the mansion, police officer Massey, played by the show's longtime music composer Kurt Massey, brings a bearded and very sick Jethro home. While Jethro suffers, Granny gets caught up telling the cop about the beauty of Tennessee. Eventually, she gets around to helping the boy and takes him away. Jed offers the cop some lunch. Having seen the effects of Granny's grits, the officer makes a speedy getaway. Jed calls Miss Jane to ask her to tell Ellie that Jethro's home safe. Miss Jane tells him that Robert is out giving Ellie her second driving lesson. We see the lesson, and Ellie's a terrible driver and barely pays attention. At home, Granny puts the mortar out of Jethro's stomach, and within minutes, he's hungry again. Granny scares Jethro away by talking about wedding plans. He thinks they're for him. But before Jethro goes, he tells her to keep leaving food out for him. But this time, no grits, please. At the bank, Miss Jane was finished typing up a poem for her sweetheart, Robert. Ellie returns from her driving lesson and asks if they copy the poem to practice her typing. She tells Miss Jane that Robert's at the mansion, giving Granny an old Confederate flag that his great-great-grandfather carried in the battle. Drysdale sees Ellie typing the poem and believes that Ellie loves the wealthy Robert Getty. Biker goes to the mansion to tell Robert and privately encourages him to take Ellie immediately to Las Vegas to get married. Drysdale even gives him the money so that he can leave immediately. Drysdale returns to the bank very happy and gloats to Miss Jane about the big financial merger he's orchestrated. On their way to Vegas, Robert reveals his plans and Ellie's outraged. Believing that Robert is Miss Jane's beau, he's confused and asks about the poem. She reveals that Miss Jane had written it and he's sick. He offers to let Ellie drive back to the bank, hoping that they might not make it. When Jed and Jethro come to the bank for Ellie, Miss Jane tells Jed that she's gone to get married in Vegas to the Getty heir. Drysdale enters and they're all confused. When Ellie and Robert return, it becomes clear that the actor has been playing multiple parts. He comes clean and Drysdale demands his money back. The actor only has part of it, since the rest of it had to be put toward repairing Miss Jane's car from Ellie driving it. Drysdale tells the swindler that he's no longer out-of-work actor. The banker puts him to work washing windows, replacing Ellie's chimp. End of series. Some of the cast would return for the 1981 made-for-TV movie on CBS, Return to the Beverly Hillbillies. Only Ebsen, Douglas, and Culp returned, and it lacked the charm of the original series. The movie was not a huge rating success. And thank God that not many people saw it because it was terrible. The movie. It's just awful. And admittedly, Paul Henning said that during the time they had a writer's strike going on, and they was going for the money. It's what they was really going for, and he said it. He admitted it. So they kind of got written with scabs and stuff, and it was terrible. It was awful. If you have a chance to see it, it's worth seeing them get together again, but you won't want to watch the whole movie. All I got for you guys. I'm sorry it's dragged on so long, but I just thought this would be interesting for you. You guys have a great day. God bless you. And I'm praying for you.